Dakota Farm Girl. I'm going to talk to you today about, I just got my first harvest of honey, and this is the first time I've done it, so I'm going to just video it and see what happens. So just to talk about what I have is 2 hives. I have 5 mediums in each hive, and this is my first year, and it's August, and I know I need to leave enough honey for the winter, so the bees have for the winter. But I actually have a couple excess frames, it looks like, because they're still, the bees are going like crazy right now. They're bringing in pollen, lots of goldenrod, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to fill those spaces right back up before the winter. So I'm not worried about pulling these 3 frames right now, and it gives me a chance to experiment with the equipment. So what I have right now are, I got this tub from Mann-Lake. It's this gray tub. And it has on the bottom here a honey gate where the honey can flow out of. And then the top one actually has a grate that will catch the honey wax cappings and the wax, and the honey will drip down into the lower container. So I'm going to use that to basically take off all the honey and wax from the frames. And when I'm done with that, and when this is all drained, this tub, I'm going to put it up on the table, and then it's going to actually drain into this white bucket, which is a food grade 5-gallon bucket. And on the top here I have basically kind of a standard honey strainer. It's a double mesh strainer, and that will catch even the small particles so that everything's filtered out and you just have really nice honey at the end. So I'm going to start, and then the other tools I have are an uncapping tool that's going to take the cappings off so that it opens up the honey so it can flow, and then just some items, some tools to scrape the honey and wax off the frame. And I haven't done it before, so we'll see how those work. One of the nice things about this Mann-Lake tub is that it comes with this crossbar, and it has like a little screw here, and that allows you to put this frame right on there, very sturdy. You can kind of poke it down a little bit, and you can actually twist the frame to work on it, so it gives you a really solid handle while you're working. So Daniel, if you want to come in on the camera here a little bit, I want to show you this, actually this frame of honey. Look at this, it's entirely, the entire frame is full, and it's all capped even out to the edges. So this honey is perfect right now. And actually, if you, if you left this honey alone, this honey would be good for thousands of years, just as it is right now. When it's capped like that, it's perfectly safe and could be stored for years. So on all 3 of these frames, I have, this one's got a little marked up just from being put into the capping tank here, but there's a few places here where there's some uncapped cells, and there's just nectar in there. So, but the majority of the frame is capped, and that's not going to hurt too much for me to add that in there. You don't want to put too much of this in there, because that would affect how your honey could stand up to storage. So I'm going to go ahead and just start. I'm going to kind of move these frames a little bit out of the way, maybe put them just up against this edge. If you could smell right now, it just smells like honey in here. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually take the uncapping tool, and you just scrape the cells open, and that allows the honey to kind of, it'll drain better. I mean, everything's going to go into this tub, but this way everything's kind of open, and it will allow it to drain a little better. So look at this honey. It's really nice dark honey. I don't know what we have in our yard. We do live very close to a farm down the road that has zinnias for sale. Pick your own zinnias. I have no idea what our bees are collecting, so it'll be interesting to see season for season what actual honey we get. But this is a nice dark honey. So I'm going to start by just taking this is totally experiment. I've never done it before. And just literally running this down. Oh my gosh. Isn't that amazing? I'm just gonna run it down the frame. It's all going into that tank below. The honey is just gonna drip down through the wire down there. I don't know, Daniel, if you've gotten a shot of that, but it smells amazing. And I got a little drip cloth here. It's actually from the girl's birthday party. Very classy drip cloth. But it's plastic and it'll catch whatever drips and mess. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. Oh my gosh, it smells like a honey factory in here. Okay, so that's one side of the frame, and I might come back and try to clean it a little bit. I'm just gonna flip it. That screw allows me to just pivot that on the bar really nicely. See that screw? Daniel's doing a little taste testing.
That's so good.
I'm just gonna do the same thing. Oh, I forgot to uncap it. But you know what? I don't even think I might not need to even uncap it. I think this is so.
You guys gotta try that. That's really good.
We're just gonna take that down and scrape it all the way to the. Go ahead. These bees are amazing.
That's so smart. Mom, you gotta try this.
Okay, well I will in a second. I'm gonna just do one frame. And then we'll stop the video. So just 1 second here. We'll try to get this all clear and get a good shot of what's actually in the tank. And then basically I'm gonna do the same thing on those 3. And I'll make a separate video for maybe once it goes into the white gallon tank. So let me just scrape this as best I can. It's really just good to get everything off of here. It's gonna drain. I'll let this drain a little bit here. And Daniel, if you want to, I don't know what the light situation here is, but my arm's probably in the way. But this is all the honey that's going to drip down from those wax cappings. And I have plans for all that beeswax too. Lots of things you can do with that. So it nothing goes to waste here. So that's going to just sit and drain. And it will show at the end how much honey I actually get off of these 3 frames. This is just 3 frames out of a hive. Probably next year I will be planning on taking off 2 full supers, which are 2 boxes of 10 frames each. So, you know, hopefully by next year this is going to be